The beautiful shores of the Indian Ocean, Mama Ngina beachfront ambayo pia is renamed after the first. So we were a little late. Weekends dealerships zinafungwangwa from noon, although we've been allowed in. We're sourcing for Toyota Harrier. Let's see if we get one. And already we've spotted fine vehicles. Wale wanatafuta driving school vehicles, a variety from here. We got to the second dealership after Kushi Motors, and we were sourcing for a locally used Toyota Harrier. And guess what? We've spotted two. We spotted this KDT, a fine unit, slightly local used. So first customer is sorted. Welcome back to Max Gamble TV, always leading YouTube channel regards car sourcing. Today we're coming live from Mombasa, Kenya, at the beautiful shores of the Indian Ocean, Mama Ngina beachfront ambayo pia is renamed after the first lady, Mama Ngina. Mama Ngina is also known as the Ivory Lady. So today we will be headed to 5 dealerships: Canon Motors, Kushi Motors, Ruby Max Motors, Sawa Motors, as we try to help our 3 customers arrive at the best of vehicles. We're searching for a Mazda CX-5 foreign used, a Toyota Harrier foreign used, and a Toyota Fielder local used. So basically we do car sourcing. We help our customers get the best cars in town. We help you with negotiations, that is in regards to pricings, and we'll similarly help you with your car importation consultation services. So by that, in the course of the video, we'll try compare pricings of local used vehicles and compare it to the cost of importation. So let us get going. The first dealership tunatembelea inaitwa Kushi Motors. Kushi Motors is apparently closer to here, karibu na State House, between State House and Fort Jesus. So let us get going. Let's see the first dealership. So to the dealership Kushi Motors, tutakuwa tunatumia our Volvo XC60. So let's get going. So we were a little late. Weekends dealerships zinafungwangwa from noon, although we've been allowed in. We're sourcing for Toyota Harrier. Let's see if we get one. And already we've spotted fine vehicles. Wale wanatafuta driving school vehicles, a variety from here. So first dealership is Kushi Motors, as mentioned. Kushi Motors tunaenda kutafuta CX-5 na Toyota Harrier. The dealership is known for having the best of teams of vehicles. However, the pricings in the dealership inasemekana is a little high. So the higher the price, the better the quality of vehicles there. Toyota Harrier ile tunaenda kutafuta is a 2020 model on behalf of our first customer. So Toyota Harrier 2020 model, we're likely to get it from how much? From 4.3 million Kenya shillings. That is slightly negotiable. So comparing Toyota Harrier local price to importation, the cost of importation, the coastal freight of a 2020 model goes for up to 1.5 million Kenya shillings, 1.7 million Kenya shillings at most. The duties to Toyota Harrier is getting to a maximum of 1.1 million Kenya shillings for a 2021 model. 2019 model will get slightly lower. So the total landing cost supposed to get to import a Toyota Harrier 2021 is a maximum of 3.7 million Kenya shillings. So comparing a CX5, the local price of a CX5 is 3.4 million Kenya shillings. You can bargain to 3.3 million Kenya shillings. The total landing cost, suppose you get to import a CX5, it gets to 2.7 million Kenya shillings. So by that, you're likely to save up to how much? So to my right is the famous golf club, to my right. So we shortly getting to Kushi Motors, so stay tuned. If I were to compare the pricings on a fielder, a non-hybrid fielder 2019 model locally goes for 2.2 million Kenya shillings, slightly negotiable to 2.1 million Kenya shillings. A hybrid fielder goes for 1.9 million Kenya shillings. Comparing that to the cost of importation of a total fielder, a total landing cost of a maximum of 1.6 million Kenya shillings and 1.7 million Kenya shillings for a non-hybrid Toyota fielder. So here we get to Kushi Motors. And suppose you need the best view of the Indian Ocean, this is the best spot to have you the best view. The best view of the Indian Ocean from here before you get to Kushi Motors shortly. Wamekuja honeymoon. So this is the best view of the Indian Ocean. So let's get to Kushi Motors straight away. So at Kushi Motors is a great dealership. It's got a broader portfolio. You can't fail to get a vehicle of choice at Kushi Motors. They've got all types of foreign used vehicles. So let us see what is available. Ranging from 650cc's at the Cantas. To my right, you'll get to the DCI headquarters, Mombasa. And just opposite the DCI headquarters is Kushi Motors. We are a little late. They will try again to see if we'll be allowed in. You need a manual one. You need an automatic unit. All these are good for driving school. Toyota Fielder, Toyota Axio. They are customized yellow. So asking price on these is at 2.2 million Kenya shillings for the non-hybrid, and for the hybrid model you'll get it from 1.9 million Kenya shillings. That is slightly negotiable on these Axios and Fielder. A similar ranging price. There's this Vezel here. This Vezel will get to 2.7 million Kenya shillings. Suzuki Jimny. Remember we saw some for Toyota Harrier. Suzuki Jimny would hit a 2.5. The Jimny price is high. You've got X-Trails over here. You've got 1.5 tons Cantas, all sizes. And I can see the driveway is full over here. A Corolla Sport, Toyota Corolla Sport. This is selling at average prices of 2.4 million Kenya shillings. The best you can get it is at 2.4. Corolla Sport. We've got Toyota Hilux from 4.5 single cab. So let's see if we'll find a Toyota Harrier. If we don't, we'll get straight to the next dealership. A4, Audi, or TX Prados, all lined up here. So we'll compare the cost of importing as a TX Prado, yeah, 2020 model in our previous video. It gets to a landed cost of 7.9, and from this is in under up to 9 million cash. It's greatly negotiable. You've got a fine Yaris. So these are a Yaris Cross. It's more of an SUV of the Yaris Cross. So if you need an SUV, so this is a Toyota vehicle that is taking over. It is in the same class of a Toyota Raze. Although this looks fine. It's more of an SUV. The price is getting to about 2.7 million cash, negotiable. We've got Fuso trucks over here, tonnage Isuzu trucks. The tonnage is great on this, up to 10,000 in tons. You'll get a truck here. The dealership accept higher purchase time for payment. In the comment section, let me know. So these 12.5 tons. Alafu wale wanatafuta trucks for petrol business, there's one line here for you. What is the liters? This can capture much liters. So let me know if you're interested in this. Let's get to the next dealership. Apparently I've not seen a Toyota Harrier. So by that tutaenda kwa next dealership. Toyota Harrier wanakuanga Kushimoto's wanakuanga na 2 dealerships. This is more of a store, and then there's one with the luxury vehicles. So let's get to the next dealership. All these are repossessed vehicles. All these are repossessed. So find a time, come identify and go with the unit. So we won't take that long from there's a Raze here, 1,000 liters. So this is similar to the Euros Cross, going for 2.6 million cash, greatly negotiable to 2.5. So these are 2020 model, a fine unit that is. There's a Lexus just registered. You can get this at a fair price. But since hatujapata Harrier, let's try the next dealership. There's a fine Yaris here. These are replacement of the Vitz 2020 model Yaris, I mean. So the Yaris is going for 1.7 million cash, negotiable 1.65. You'll get a unit from here. Inzima Alto Kijana 850,000. If you got a deposit of just about 500,000 cash, you'll get a unit. A fine unit over here of the Mazda 3. Mazda 3 is getting to 2.4 million cash, negotiable. Leather seats to the interior. Mazda 3. Mazda 2 inaendanga, there's a Passat here. Eclipse Cross. Lots of fine vehicles. But since hatujapata ile gari tuleta hapa, let us flip it off to the next dealership. Toyota Pro Box from 1.5. This unit, you'll get it at 1.52 million cash. All these are list of Toyota Pro Boxes. Deposits from 700,000 cash on higher purchase terms of payment. You'll get a unit from here. And just as we wind it up, let's wind it up with these pricings has increased to the Sienta, 1.8 million cash. Hilux. Let me have you assure of the heavy truck tankers. All these walantafuta matankers ranging from 8 million cash. You'll get a unit from here. Lakini deposits from 2 million. will drive off with the unit. So let us get to the next dealership as we proceed with our sourcing. This is a car carrier for the car carrier business. We got to the second dealership after Kushi Motors, and we were sourcing for a locally used Toyota Harrier, and guess what, we've spotted two. We spotted this KDT, a fine unit, slightly local used. So first customer is sorted. Suppose we don't get a fine, well priced foreign used one, we try convince our customer to go for this. So instead of 5 million cash shillings or 4.4 million cash shillings for a brand new one, it would go well if you save a lot more than 1.5 million cash shillings and earn yourself this unit. KDT is a 20, this must be a 2017 model, as good as new. Shortly I'm getting back to that. We got a Mazda Demio. You'll get this at 1.1 million cash shillings. And remember, we're interested in Toyota Harriers. Lots of fine units. I'll give you pricing shortly before we get to the next dealership. So this is a KDG Garia 2015 that is selling for 2.7 million cash shillings. Greatly negotiable. It will get to below 2.5 million cash shillings upon physical visit to this dealership. Deposit acceptable from how much? Come with 1.5 million cash shillings, and guess what? You'll drive off with this fine machine. So this has been retailing for 5 million cash shillings, as good as new. I mean 5.5, though greatly negotiable. This similarly sells for 5 million cash shillings. The Toyota Hilux Garia 2017 is a double cab best off-roader. This unit is, and guess the pricings, just 5.5 million cash shillings, all way negotiable. A deposit from 2 million cash shillings, you get this unit. What brought us here was the Harriers, so let us stick to the Harriers. So this is the second unit of the Harrier, the third unit, KDB Garia 2015. So the asking price on this is at 2.5, greatly negotiable on this. It is coming in original paint, dentless. The unit is mileage below 150,000 kilometers, and upon physical visits, upon negotiations, you get a final offer on this. So let us get to the next dealership. Although before we get to the next dealership, let me have you an insight on pricings to the rest of vehicles. So remember, we do car sourcing as mentioned initially in the introduction of our video. So let us know which vehicle you're sourcing for, so that in the next video, as we get sourcing, you are among the very first to get posted. So here ukija na 2.5 million cash shillings utapata hii Toyota Heinz instead of 3.5 million cash shillings, come for 2.5, greatly negotiable to get closer to 2 million cash shillings. 700,000 cash shillings, this has been lying here. Na ukija na 600, I'm sure you're going to walk away this Toyota Crown KBS Garia 2007. We've got a Sky Active D. These are diesel CX5. So they're selling for 2.3 million, negotiable to 2.2 million cash shillings. Greatly negotiable upon physical visit. Upon physical visit, hata hiyo 2.2 unaweza punguziwa, so try. So negotiable at 2.2, you'll get this unit. 1.2 million cash shillings for the Demio. Remember, the Mazda 2 is taking over from Mazda Demio. Though ukija na at a deposit ya 700,000 ama 600, we'll give you this unit. We've got a TX Prado here, Land Cruiser KDH. This is selling at 4.7 million cash shillings, greatly negotiable. So this is the unit that brought us here. So we're going to suggest this and yet another in the next dealership to our customer. Best chrome finishes, the front fascia has it all here. The Toyota Harrier emblem in place, the ground clearance is all on point. Guess what? Buying this unit will save you a lot. So there's no need of going for a 4 million priced vehicle when you can get one closer to 3 million cash shillings. That is as good as new, and upon physical visits, you'll get it even lowly priced. So I've got photos to every vehicle here. So let me know which vehicle you're sourcing for. Let me know how best we can help you. And suppose I've failed to display pricings on any other vehicle, so this utapata na 2 million cash shillings, KDV negotiable. And then you'll get this Allion at to 1.2 million Kenya shillings, greatly negotiable. We've got a fine